Yeah, yeah. Welcome everybody to the free money edition to how to build business credit for your EIN, not linked to your social. All right. How to build business credit, free money edition. Now, when I say the free money edition, I ain't giving out money, but I'm gonna show you um during this, by the end of this, I'm gonna show you when I first started doing business credit. I learned that business credit was real from one of my clients. And this particular client was getting free money by he was taking advantage of the situation, to be honest. But me noticing him taking advantage of the situation, I realized that business credit is real. Okay? Business credit is real. Okay, free money edition. Um, how to build business credit. All right, let's go. My name is Noel A. Booker, Senior. The website is businesscreditbuilder.us. All right. Now, make sure you get the free guide on how to build business credit. Right. You go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide and get that free guide on how to build business credit. All right. If you need to talk to me, you can schedule a free business credit consultation by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. All right. And that way you can have a discussion about your company and what we need to do to get your business credit going so you can access funding. All right. Now, if you think you can qualify for funding after this webinar, then you go to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding. Okay? We with that? You got my contact information, you got my telephone number, 404-500-9687. Got my email, which is noel at businesscreditbuilder.us. Let's go. What we will cover today, how you can get business credit within 7 days or less that's linked to your EIN, not your social, even if you are a startup or have bad personal credit now. Then immediately start using it to get the credit you want and need, even from major sources like Target, Walmart, Staples, Lowe's, Visa, MasterCard, and more. And how you can access loans and credit lines, even as a startup, have credit challenges, or lack collateral. All right? What's up, Miss Jones? How are ya? All righty. Thank you for joining us. This is the free money edition to how to build business credit for your EIN. Most people fail trying to get money and grow their business. Most don't know that EIN credit can be built regardless of personal credit quality. Many apply for credit in the wrong order. See, building business credit is a step by step process. Each step that I'm going to tell you about today is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps. Okay? Many entrepreneurs don't know that money is available based on business strengths, what I call the 3 C's of funding. The 3 C's of funding are credit, collateral, cash flow. Now, if you have all three of these C's, then you could possibly qualify for a SBA loan. Now, an SBA loan is the best place to get money for your business because they give you a bunch of money, spread the terms out over time, and has low interest rates. All right. Now, if you have two of these 3 C's, then you could possibly qualify for a term loan. If you have one of these 3 C's, Depending on which of the one that you do have, then there's money available for you. Okay? Now, if you have none of these three C's, then that's when you start building business credit. And as you build business credit, you get access to more and more money. Okay? Okay. So right out the bat, you can get access to money for your business. Right. Right out the bat, you can get money for your business. Right. Not that much, but you can start from scratch. Okay. And I'm gonna show you how to do it. All right. Okay. Let me see. What do I need to tell y'all about before we start this? Take notes. One thing about me is that anything I tell you is for real, for real. This ain't me speculating, right? I'm not speculating. I know this, right? I know business credit. I know how to build it. All right. Um, and so let's go. What is business credit? Business credit is credit that is obtained in a business name. With business credit, the business builds its own credit profile and credit score for its EIN. The credit is in the business name and based on the business's ability to pay, not the business owner's ability to pay. The business can qualify for revolving store credit cards like Staples, Lowe's, Sam's Club, Costco, and more. Okay? That's what business credit is. Now, why business credit is awesome? Well, for one thing, business credit has no effect on your personal credit. Okay? No personal guarantee is needed in order to build business credit. Business credit building is fast compared to your personal credit. For your personal credit, there's 5 factors that affect your personal credit. With business credit, there's one factor, and that's how you pay your bills. With business credit, you can offset current expenses, meaning you can use your business credit to operate. You get the service, like let's say you're a trucker. You buy the gas on credit, you go make the money, you pay the bill later. Increase with business credit, you can increase the amounts that you get on loans with better rates and terms. Okay, when you have good business credit, no collateral, cash flow, or good credit is needed in order to build business credit. Okay. And once you got business credit, you can get access to loans and credit lines once you have business credit. Okay. Meaning, once you can show a creditor that you pay your business bills on time, then you can get business loans. Okay. Okay. Every successful business in America has business credit. That's how business that's how business is done with business credit. Now, what you're looking at right now is what anybody can see for free. Okay? You would go to the Experian website, and there's a place to put in your business name and address, and you can get information like this. This one is for Facebook. Facebook Incorporated. They're from Menlo Park, California. Now, the piece that I want to bring to your attention is the number of trade lines. You see that? They got 40 trade lines. Well, let's go over what a trade line is, right? Because we're going to go over what the trade lines are because this is the basis for building business credit, your trade lines, right? So I want you to understand what trade lines are before we even start this process, okay? Whoa, whoa, excuse me. Okay. Um, this is what a trade line is. You go to a company, right? And you get an account. Now you have an account with a company that you could buy things on credit with, right? So now we're gonna go buy something. We go buy something. Now that means you have the item. And they gave you an invoice that tells you when and how to pay. Then when you pay for this invoice for the item you just bought on credit, this is what happens. A report is sent to the business credit reporting agencies. The report says XYZ company, they have an account with us. They have this amount of money available and they made a purchase. They paid the purchase off in X amount of days. Okay? Then they send this report to the business credit reporting agencies, and the business credit reporting agencies put this information on your credit profile. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is one trade line. Does anybody have any questions on what a trade line is? Because this is the basis. You need to know this before we even go forward. Everybody understand what a trade line is? Smith has a question. Will the recording be available after this event and the previous event? Yes, Mr. A. Smith. You can find the recordings of these live webinars on my YouTube channel, which you can find by going to businesscreditbuilder.us and clicking the YouTube button. Okay, that's for A. Smith. Okay, so everybody knows what a trade line is now, right?
I have a question
Go
about
ahead.
trade lines. So you're saying that a trade line is a purchase that you paid off?
No, it's not the purchase. It's the account that you got that purchase from. So you got this account and you bought the stuff on credit. And when you see the action is when you pay it. So once you pay for that invoice, then they send a report to the business credit reporting agencies. And that one vendor is a trade line. Now you can make more transactions with this vendor, and they call that experiences. Okay, but this is one trade line, right? Does that make sense?
Yeah, so trade lines is per vendor.
Is what?
So trade lines is per vendor that you're dealing with?
That's right.
Okay.
Right.
Thanks.
So this vendor you got credit with, you made a payment, and they reported to the business credit reporting agencies that you paid it on time, right? That's the one trade line, right? Now, so if you're looking at the screen, look at Facebook. They got 40 trade lines, right? Because this is how business is done, right? Look at this one. This one is Microsoft. Microsoft got 131 trade lines, right? Now look at this one, Walmart. Now, Walmart is the king of business credit, okay? This is how business is done. This is what Walmart does. Let's say Walmart goes to Bounty and says, "Hey, we want a truckload of toilet paper." Now, the owner of Walmart, he don't write a check. He don't go in his pocket. He don't pay for that right there. The toilet paper shows up at the store. They put the toilet paper on the shelf. We go in there and buy the toilet paper. So then, now they got our money and they pay that invoice. And Bounty says, "Hey, you did that good. Here's 5 truckloads. Keep flipping that." Like, just like on the street, keep flipping that, right? It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Keep flipping that package, right? Okay. And that's what business credit is. Walmart is flipping packages like what? Okay? And that's important to understand. Okay. How we can help. Business Credit Builder. We show you how to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Our high tech software helps you build your business credit to access high limit store credit, business loans, and credit lines. We work with all legitimate types of funding programs that are available today, offering funding through hundreds of investors and lenders through a multitude of different funding programs. Okay? So I'm like a broker. I already got the lenders. The deal is to get you to understand how to qualify. How to qualify. The money's out there. You just have to know how to qualify, right? All right, let's get it. I'm gonna show you how do you build business credit, they ask. Okay, now remember what I said. It's a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. So there's no skipping steps. Okay? Okay, here we go. Step one is what I call credibility or fundability. And I'm also going to say this, this first step is the most important step. Without this first step, you are not going to get far. Okay? This is the most important step. And I'm going to show you why. All right? Let's do it. The perception lenders, vendors, and creditors have of your business is critical to the ability to build strong business credit. Before applying for business credit, a business must ensure it meets or exceeds all lender credibility standards. There are over 20 credibility points that are necessary for a business to build a strong, credible foundation. Okay, so and the foundation is how you set up your business, right? So these are the steps. We're gonna go over the steps to set up your business credible in the eyes of the lender. And that step one is what I also call the smell test. Because you filling out an application, they just really seeing whether or not you look like you're a credible business. So let's figure out what that means to look like a credible business. First off, you need a business name. You'll already know this already, right? This is basic stuff. This is the ABCs. You go to the Secretary of State, you get your business name, right? It is very important that you use your exact business legal name. Ensure your business name is exactly the same on your corporate papers, licenses, and bank statements. So when you get that certificate back from the Secretary of State, how they spell your business name and your address is how you want to spell your business name and address from now on. Okay? That's very important. Okay? Corporate entities. When you apply for your business name, they're going to ask you to select an entity. What you need to know is that if you truly want to separate your business credit from your personal credit, you must be a separate legal entity, not a sole proprietorship or partnership. Okay? Um, you would need to be a LLC or a corporation, right? If you're a partnership or a proprietor, then everything you do with your business, you are responsible for. Okay? So you need to be a corporation or a LLC in order to separate personal from business liability. Okay? Okay, so EIN number. You need to have an EIN number. I'm not gonna go over that much about the EIN number, but I'm gonna let you know the two things you need to know. One, you cannot build business credit without an EIN number. And number two, your EIN number, the EIN number is free. So don't be going out paying for an EIN number, okay? You go to irs.gov. It takes you about 15 minutes, and it gets you right. It gets you going. Right, 15 minutes. Get that free EIN number. The address that's on your EIN number is very important. Make sure it's the same address that's on your Secretary of State. It can't be different because then you're gonna be messed up then. All right, messed up in the game. Okay, so now we got your business name, you got your EIN number. Now we need a business address. There are only three options when selecting your business address. All right, three options. Here go the three options. A brick and mortar. Y'all know what that is. That's a storefront, right? That's one option. Not everybody could do that. That's understandable. Not everybody could do a storefront, right? Okay. The second option is to have a virtual office in which you could get a business address for as low as $50 per month with a virtual office. The last resort is to use your home address. The reason why the home address is the last resort is because lenders and creditors do not perceive home based businesses as being credible. Yet, they do this on a case by case basis, right? So if you're a hairstylist, right? If you're a hairstylist, then maybe you can pay a bill, right? So they're just trying to see if this makes sense, right? On the other hand, let's say you're a trucking company, but all the trucks you say you have can't be at your home, right? They're just trying to see if this makes sense. And one thing to note is that on your Dun& Bradstreet credit profile is a Google Maps picture of your business address. So when they're looking to determine whether or not to to approve you this application, they're looking right at your business address. They're looking at the picture of your business, and they're deciding, does this make sense? Is this a legitimate business that's going to pay me? Right? Okay, so the three options: the brick and mortar, virtual office, home address. You must have a deliverable address. Your business address cannot be a post office box. It cannot be a UPS address. Some lenders will not approve and fund unless this criteria is met. Okay? Virtual office. Let me just give you some background on the virtual office. They the virtual office, they can give you just an address, right? And the address will be at some building that looks like a legitimate business is there, right? Now they give you other services, but for this, they give you like a meeting rooms, office space, receptionist, all this stuff. But for our purposes, just having the virtual address is all you need for as low as $50. Okay? And you can get your business virtual address from DaVinci Virtual Office Solutions, right? If you go to this page right here, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, there is specific information about how to purchase your business office address the right way. Because what happens is this: there are a lot of companies out there that do virtual business addresses, but a lot of them um, will give you the same address that they just gave hundreds of other businesses. You do not want your business to have the same address as hundreds of other businesses. So what DaVinci does is they send a report to the post office, and they get the post office to issue you a unique address for your business. Okay, that's what you need. Okay, a business phone, business phone number. You must have a dedicated business phone number that is listed with the 411 directory assistance under the business name. You need a local number listed with the National Business Phone Directory. Okay? Lenders, vendors, creditors, and even insurance providers will verify that your business is listed with 411. This is necessary. This is necessary right here. This is necessary. A toll-free number will give your business credibility, but you must have that local number and listed with the National 411 Directory Assistance. Excuse me. So, having a 800 number and a fax number is good, but you need that local number. See, what happens is on the application when they got that piece to put in your business telephone number, what they are doing is looking up. Um, they're looking up to make sure that your business is listed with the National 411 Directory, because they believe that credible businesses are listed. Okay, that's why this is a necessary step. Listing your local number. Okay. Um, so having the and if they look up your number and they say, okay, they're listed. Now, having an 800 number and a fax number, that's not as necessary, but it lends more credence to your company. Like they got that local number listed. Now they're looking more like a credible business. They got an 800 number. They got a fax number. It looks like they're doing something over there. Okay? You don't have to be doing nothing. You just have to look like you doing something. Okay? So the perception is key. Okay. A cell phone number as your main business line will get you flagged as an unestablished business. That is too high of a risk. Do not give a personal telephone number or a residential landline as the main business telephone number. Okay? You can forward a virtual number to any cell phone or landline telephone number. These are my go-tos for getting your telephone number for your business, right? Freedom Voice, Ring Central, Vonage, all three of these will do good, but I use Freedom Voice because they'll give you a local number for $9.95 a month, and they will list it for $3 a month. They will list it with the National Telephone Directory for $3 a month. You can get the 800 number and the fax number for under $20 a month. So that's the move right there. You can go to businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors and get the information for Freedom Voice. Okay? Websites. You need a business website and a business email. Lenders and creditors will deny you if you don't have a website. Spend the time and money necessary to ensure your website is professionally designed and works well. My company, one of my companies is MediaNet USA, and we offer the small business web hosting package, which is all inclusive, which means you don't have to do anything. I do everything for you, right? And this is what you get with all of with this small business web hosting package. You get domain registration, 12 months web hosting, website design, monthly updates, unlimited emails, expert customer service, internet consultation, and to sign up for your website, just schedule a free business credit consultation by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult, or you just call me 404-500-9687. So you got to have a website, all right? Email. When you get this website, you need to set up an email for this website. It is important to get a company email address for your business. Okay? It's not only professional, but greatly helps the chances of getting the thumbs up from a credit provider. And setting it up is easy. You go, whoever set up your website at yourname.com, you need to have an email address that is your name at yourbusinessname.com, right? This is simple stuff, right? Common sense stuff, okay? So avoid using free email services like Yahoo. They don't want to see that. When you communicate with these lenders, they want to see that you're using your business address, not a free email address. So don't use party chick at Yahoo, right? Simple stuff. Fax number. Lenders perceive a credible business as one with the fax number. We already discussed the fax number, so I'm just going to breeze through this. But as a business, you will need a fax number to receive important documents. You also need to fax in some of your credit applications. Okay, you can even get the e-fax that sends your stuff directly to your email. Right. Okay. Let's see. Oops. Okay, fax number. Okay, the next thing you need to make your business credible in the eyes of the lender is a business bank account. Your business banking history is vital to your future success of being able to secure large business loans. The date you open your business bank account is the day that lenders consider your business to have started. So if you incorporated your business 10 years ago, but you just opened your business bank account yesterday, to the lenders, you just started your business yesterday because you just started using funds and having money yesterday, right? So, okay. The longer your business banking history, the better your borrowing potential will be. Okay. All right. That's the business bank account. Licensing. One of the most common mistakes when building business credit for your company is non-matching business addresses on your business licenses. A lot of people got the license, but they got an old address on there. They could deny you and they don't have to tell you why they denied you. Okay? So you will need to contact the state, county, and city government offices to see if there are any required licenses and permits to operate your type of business. Okay? Business listings. This is for businesses that are in existence already, right? So if you have a business in existence already and you search Google and you come up with some old stuff with old addresses, old telephone numbers, you don't want that. Okay. So take time to verify the main agencies, state, IRS, bank, and 411 National Directory have your business listed the same way with your exact legal name. Also, take the time to ensure every bill you get for your business, power bill, phone bill, landlord, etc., has the business name listed correctly and comes to the business address. Now, there's a company called Yext, Yext, that they have a product that's called data cleansing. And with this product, if you got these different addresses and stuff out there, then data cleansing cleans all that up and makes it all one address, one business name, one telephone. So you are consistent everywhere, right? That's important. Okay. So that's how you set up your business right. All those different points. And you see how long it took to do that? That's how important it is. It's important. All that stuff, that's the most important step in building business credit is to make sure you are credible in the eyes of the lender with all that ABC stuff. Okay? What's up, Francis? Thanks
Hey,
for
how you
coming.
doing? How you doing?
All right, man. Thanks for coming. Okay, so we already talked about um, making your business credible in the eyes of the lender. Your name, your address, your telephone, all that stuff is important to building business credit. Now we're going to talk about business credit reports. Okay? Business credit reports. Business credit reports are offered by Experian, Dun& and Bradstreet, and Equifax. You will first want to get a copy of your business credit reports to see what is being reported. All right. Um, so we're starting with Dun& and Bradstreet. Obtaining a DUNS number begins the process of building your business credit profile with them. Your DUNS number also play an important role in enabling your business to borrow without a personal guarantor. So once you got all those steps, what we have already talked about, getting your name, your address, EIN number, bank account, all that stuff. Once you got that done, then we're going over here to Dun and Bradstreet and getting your free DUNS number. Very important. Free DUNS number. All right. When you get this free DUNS number, it takes about it takes less than a month to get the number. All right. Now, once you apply and you're waiting for your number to come, they will contact you and they will convince you that you need to buy something. But you don't have to buy anything to get this DUNS number. It is free. Okay. Now, the things that they offer you are good products, but it only applies to Dun and Bradstreet. There are two other business credit reporting agencies that their products will not even touch. Okay, so that's important. Okay, with Dun and Bradstreet, you can enroll in the DNBI self monitor, so you can monitor your credit during the building process. The subscription for yourself, the DNB self monitoring, is $39.99 per month. Okay. Experian. Experian has the smart business reports.com for a copy of your smart business reports. Theirs is $49.99 per month for smart business reports. Find out how many trade lines are reporting. See if you have a business credit score assigned. See if you have an active Experian business profile and check on recent inquiries. Okay? That's for Experian. Now, Equifax. Equifax has what they call the Equifax Small Business Credit Report. Okay? It typically takes more time to create a file with Equifax Small Business than with Dun& Bradstreet and Experian. This is why it's important to apply with credit providers who report to Equifax. Okay? Their report is $99 for a full report per month. Okay? So now we talked about how to set up your business credible in the eyes of the lender, and we talked about the three main business credit reporting agencies. Okay? Now, remember what I said. Building business credit is a step-by-step process. Each step is needed for the next step. Now we're going to step three, which is vendor accounts. And you need to have step one and step two in place already, which is having your business set up credible in the eyes of the lender, name, address, telephone number, all that stuff. You need to have your DUNS number, right? And now it's, we're going to get these vendor accounts. Now we're going to actually do some business credit building, okay? Now we're going to actually do something because now you're ready. You got your business set up right. You got your DUNS number. Now we're ready. Okay. And this piece that we're going to do now is not so easy because now we have to go find businesses that's going to give us credit when you have no credit. You know that's hard. And on top of that, they have to report to the business credit business reporting agencies. And not that many companies do that because there's only 10% of all companies do that because they are under high restrictions and guidelines to be even able to report. Okay? So this piece is not easy. Okay? What we're going to do is get these net 30 accounts. Okay? Which means we're going to get a company that's going to give us a little bit of credit. And when we buy something, we have to pay it in 30 days. Hence the term net 30. So we're going to get something on credit and pay it in 30 days. We got to do this step with the net 30s. Okay? We got to do this step. Okay? A business credit report can be started much the same as a credit report commonly is with small amounts of credit. The business can be approved for small credit amounts to help them build an initial credit profile. These types of initial accounts in the business world are commonly referred to as vendor credit or net 30 accounts. Okay? And some vendors will approve your company for net 30 payment terms upon verification of as little as an EIN number and a 411 listing. Okay? Remember, I told you before about that 411 listing. It's used right at the beginning. So that's important, right? So here are some vendors who will approve you for initial credit even if you have none now. The starting place to go today is Maverick Office Supplies. And this list changes every month because their underwriting guidelines change due to market conditions, right? So my list of real starter vendors today is different than the list I had 6 months ago. Okay? So Maverick Office Supplies is one. If you go to this page, businesscreditbuilder.us/vendors, then you will see a link for Maverick Office Supplies. They give you the homeboy hookup, right? JJ Gold, the CEO creative. All three of those, there are links on that page to get the homeboy hookup and start building up your business credit, right? See if those are good for you. Maverick is the first one. JJ Gold's next. See, the CEO creative is not for everybody, so check that out, right? The other ones are Granger, Pilot Flying J. Well, that's really good for truck drivers, right? And Uline, right? Okay, so I'm giving you a good starting place, right? Maverick Office Supply, JJ Gold, the CEO Creative, Granger, Pilot Flying J, Uline. That's a good starting point to get your first trade lines on your business credit reports. Okay, always apply for these net 30 accounts without using your social. So on the application, there might be a place for your social. You leave that blank, and there'll be a place for your EIN number. That's where you put your EIN number. If you have an application that has a place for your social and there is no place for your EIN number, then you have the wrong application. Some vendors will request your social, but tell them on the phone or whatever that you need just submit it without it. There's no law that says you have to give them your social, right? That's for these net 30s. When your first three accounts reports to your trade line to Dun and Bradstreet, the Dun system will automatically generate a pay debt score for your business. The pay debt score is what lenders look at to determine your credit worthiness. Dun and Bradstreet will not give you a pay debt score until three net 30 accounts have reported. Okay? All right. Pay your net 30 accounts in full and on time. You must be patient and allow time for the vendor's reporting cycles to get into the reporting system. It typically takes about three cycles. So that's about 90 days to get these first five net 30 accounts. Okay? So the idea is to get these five accounts first. Some vendors will require an initial prepaid order before they can approve your business for terms. All right? You need to have a total of at least five net 30-day pay accounts reporting. That's why I got this car. You see the car? The car got the number five. The car got the smoke. But look at his face. His face is like, yo, I got credit now. Now we rolling. All right? So that's the first step to get five net 30 accounts, preferably three to Dun and Bradstreet, one to Experian, and one to Equifax. Okay? Then we pull your credit report. All right? And make sure that they got reported. Because I'm going to tell you this one thing too, that these vendors, they don't do this process good, sending your report to the business credit reporting agency. They're in the business of selling you whatever they sold. They're not in the business of sending your report. So that's why you got to pull your report to make sure they're doing it right. That they actually sent the report in and that they sent in the correct information. All right. So step four is revolving accounts. After five trade lines are established, using credit accounts, obtaining revolving accounts is the next step. Revolving accounts are cards a business owner can use and not be required to pay the full balance owed each month. The net 30s, you got to pay the full balance in 30 days. With these revolving accounts, you don't have to do that. They tell you what your minimum payment is. Okay? Boom. So, revolving accounts. Most stores will not approve a business owner for business credit unless the owner has an established credit profile and score. Just like in the consumer world, vendor accounts must be used first to establish a profile and a score, then store credit can be obtained. It usually takes 90 days or less to establish a score and a profile with trade lines. So it should take you 90 days to do that first five. Okay? 90 days to do that first five. Okay? Okay. Most major stores do offer business credit, including these: Home Depot, Lowe's, Office Depot, Staples, Best Buy, Walmart, Sam's Club, Costco, Amazon, Dell, Apple, BP, Chevron, and Racetrack, and many, many more. All right? This is where you want to be. But you cannot skip getting those five net 30s. Because if you go to them and none of those five net 30s are on there, you need those five net 30s on there, these revolving accounts will decline you. There's not a doubt about it. You need to have credit already. Okay? A store revolving credit must be obtained before the business owner starts getting Visa, MasterCard, American Express type cards. Once 10 accounts are on the credit, this is where you want to get to. Having 10 trade lines on your business credit reports. Then you can start applying for Visa, MasterCard, Amex. Because if you got 10 trade lines on your credit reports, paying on time to a lender, that's looking good. Hey, they look like they pay bills on time. You see? So that's what you want to show. You want to show them that you pay bills on time. Approval amounts will be equivalent to the highest credit limit account on the business report. Try to have at least 10 accounts with at least one of them having a $10,000 high limit. Okay? Now, how to get the high limits, right? So, what you do is when you got these revolving accounts, right? You start getting these revolving accounts. You want to pick one of them and use them more often than the others. When they see you have been paying on time, then you call them and ask them to increase your limit. And you keep doing that. You keep calling them back. Can I increase my limit? Can I increase my limit? And if they see you making on time payments, they will. Okay? Now, it is essential to keep using the credit, keep applying for more, and talk with credit providers to raise credit limits. Oh, you know what? I forgot to tell you all about this is the free money edition. So let me tell you something about the free money, right? So when I first got got into business credit, I had a I'm an accountant. So I had a client that I'm working there doing their accounting, right? And this guy had a freight company. And I did websites for him also. So I'm doing his books and I'm doing his websites. Now, every time I created a website for him or his client, I noticed $250,000 hit the bank. So one day I said, "Hey, I need to make some money. Can you find something for me to do?" And he said, "This is what you do. Go find a company and we're going to do a deal on that company and you can make some money on that deal." I said, "Okay." So I went to my man, Philly Phil. Philly Phil got a company. He's just sitting on, right? He ain't even doing nothing with it. It's just fresh, right? So we worked him. We got him credible in the eyes of the lender. And then this guy, my client, he did it. We walked into Chrysler and got five um vans without using our social, just the EIN number. And that's what made me realize that shoot, business credit is real. You can actually use business credit, right? Now, I'm gonna tell you more about this story closer to the end. I got some more stuff to tell you, right? But that's the beginning of the story, right? Of the free money. I'm gonna show you how he gets the free money. But that's how I started, right? Okay, I'm gonna show you why. But let me continue on. Okay, so you keep using that credit that I told you about, right? You keep applying for more and you keep talking to the creditors and raise limits. If you do this, business credit will keep growing until higher credit lines are obtained within 12 months. All right? It takes you about 12 months to do this. I'm not going to front. It takes you some time to do this. It ain't going to happen just like that. All right? I ain't selling you no pipe dreams. I'm gonna tell you up front, it takes some time to do this. And for everybody, it takes a different amount of time because it's all about how you go out and get this account, you make a purchase, you pay it off, you pull your credit reports and make sure everything, and you keep on doing that. Right? So everybody's gonna do that at a different time period. But if you're doing the steps, you can do it in 12 months. Okay? Now, no skipping steps. 10 trade lines, right? The high limit of 10,000 is what you're looking for. Keep on calling them back. Increase your credit line. Cash business credit accounts will match the highest credit limit reported on your credit profile. You will get access to MasterCard, Visa, American Express. You will get access to loans, and credit lines. Okay? Now, I'm going to go over this real quick. Alternative funding. Okay, so alternative funding. When the big banks can't help, we can. Okay? I'm going to go over these three things, these three alternative funding options, right? Okay, I'm going to go over this real quick so we can get out of here. Okay, cash flow financing. Cash flow financing is the most popular type of alternative funding today. These are cash advances that look at your bank account management for approval. So if you have more than $3,000 in deposits per month, you can be approved. Okay? This is the fastest and easiest money you will be able to find. Okay? Even for contractors like Lyft drivers and um, rideshare operators, independent contractors. If you have 3,000 in deposits per month, you can get approved for some money. Okay? And this process is all online. You go on your phone, you fill out a quick questionnaire with a couple questions, and then it's going to send you to the lending organization that you qualify for, right? If you get less than $3,000 per month in revenue, they're going to send you an email saying, "Hey, you don't qualify now." Um, if you if you get between 3 and 5,000, they're gonna send you to Giggle Finance. If you make between 5 and 15,000, they're gonna go to Biddy. If you make over 15,000 per month, they're gonna send you to Bank Breezy for the bigger funding options. Right now, I am gonna tell you this: these cash flow financing options are for businesses, existing businesses that are in a situation, and every business gets in a situation, right? So because this stuff, this cash flow financing is expensive, right? This is for when you're in a situation you need to make payroll this Friday. A piece of equipment went down. You need to get this piece of equipment like right away. That's what this is for. If you go to my website, businesscreditbuilder.us, you go to business loans, you can find David Allen, David Allen Capital. I'm an agent for David Allen Capital. And you can fill it out and get funding in a day. All right? So check that out. That's for cash flow options. All right? Now we're going to do collateral based financing. If you can get collateral based financing can be obtained if you have some type of viable collateral to offset what you are borrowing. Even as a startup with bad credit, you can still secure collateral financing if you have collateral and rates are low. Okay? Okay. Some types of acceptable collateral include accounts receivable and purchase orders. Okay? Accounts receivable and purchase orders. Let's start with accounts receivable. That's also called factoring. So, my client, right? Remember I told you my client, we're going to call him Jay. Jay has the freight company. He used factoring to get to fund his business, which means he's able to batch and sell his invoices. So he gets these invoices because he just made a truck delivery, but he won't get paid for 30 days. With factoring or accounts receivable financing, you get paid in 24 hours. Okay? Purchase orders. Purchase orders is for companies that have government contracts. Government contracts. You can't go to a bank with a government contract and get money, but there are alternative lenders that looks at your government contract as straight loot, straight loot, because they know you're gonna get a check. But you're sitting there with this contract, but you need this piece of equipment. Well, I need this piece of equipment so I can get this money. That can happen. Stocks, bonds, 401k. So if you have investments and stuff like this, you can get a loan for your business. Okay. Revenue lending, inventory and equipment lending. If you have equipment, if you have inventory, if you have um, if you have equity in your home, you can get a business loan. Okay. Insurance agents have what they call the book of business. That's their list of clients. You can get a loan with that. Okay. Now we're going to talk about the credit line hybrid program. This is good for if you have good personal credit. The credit line hybrid program is a credit-based financing is a great way to get money for your business if you have good personal credit or know a guarantor that does. You can secure credit up to 5 times of what your highest revolving credit limit is now. Up to $150,000. You can get that in 3 weeks. I did this. You need a 685 credit score or guarantor that does. You can go to the get funding link, which is at the bottom, businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding, and you can see a video on the details on how to qualify. But basically, this is how it works. They look at your personal credit. They look at the highest revolving account that you have. Let's say you have a Home Depot card with $15,000 on it, right? That's what your credit limit is. So then what we will do is match that 15,000 up to 5 times, right? On a credit card. Now, it could be your Home Depot could be a $30,000 credit card, but we're going to give you up to $150,000 in 3 weeks on credit cards. Okay. But you can see more details if you go to businesscreditbuilder.us/get funding and look for credit line hybrid program. There's a video that has all the details, and you can apply online right now. Okay. The credit line hybrid program usually has 0% APR for up to 6 to 18 months. This is no doc funding, so even startups can qualify. Accounts report to the business credit reporting agencies. Okay. Other alternative financing include private money is also available if you have good tax returns, um, venture capital and equity financing, crowdfunding. You know about crowdfunding. And you can get specialized funding to buy equipment, signs, and vehicle wraps. Okay. So let's go back to this free money deal, right? So my client who had the freight company. Remember, I was telling you about him. He had the client that got the freight company. I saw him getting that 250, right? Okay, so what I wound up seeing was this. He had two companies, the freight company, and he had a truck sales company. So the freight company is gonna go try to buy a truck or a fleet of trucks. He's gonna go buy a fleet of trucks. And when he gets approved, the check gets cut to his other company, the sales company, which is him, right? So he figured out that he didn't even have to pay that. He didn't have to go buy trucks. He just kept the money cash, right? And when let's say he don't pay, it turns right into a loan, right? If he don't buy the trucks, or if he went and buy the trucks, if he don't pay it, they just come to that company and try to get the assets of that company. They can't come to you personally and get money from you because this is your business doing this. So they can come and get the assets of your business. And this guy, which is not what I teach, I don't teach this stuff because it's not right. But he had like 4 or 5 deals on on the table at any given time doing this regularly, getting free money. That's how I realized that business credit is real. But I don't show you those little tricks like that. I show you how to build business credit for real. Trade line by trade line for real, right? Now, when I saw him doing that tricky stuff, I was like, damn, business credit is real. It is real. And you can use business credit to build your business. Okay? That's for real. Look at one of my clients, Christine. She got all of these approvals in 6 months. Sprint 2040, Amazon 4500, Tractor Supply 5000, Exxon 5000, Fuel Man Fleet 6000, BJ 7, BP 8, Lowe's 10, Apple 12.5, Shell 15. Whew. Look at this list. This list is over $250,000 in business credit. Okay. Now, I also like to tell people that when you're trying to get money for your business, it might not be in one lump sum. You need to figure out pieces and figure out what things you need to buy and how you can finance it, right? So it might not be just getting a lump sum, right? But look at that PNC. That's a $150,000 credit line right there that she did in 6 months using an EIN only. Okay. So if you do the steps right, it can be done. It's a strategy. You got to think. It's more thinking than actual doing. And the things that you do is just you're getting an account, buying something, and buying something and making a payment. That's building business credit. It takes time to do that, right? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, check out my social medias. My blog is on Spotify. The podcast is on Spotify. Business credit is real. The blog is not up right now, but the Spotify podcast is banging. All right, and the YouTube channel banging, all that stuff, right? So check that out. Make sure you get the free guide on how to build business credit. Go to businesscreditbuilder.us/free guide. All right. At this time, we can see if y'all got some questions, right? And make sure that if y'all want to talk to me about building your business credit, if you need a website, you need some accounting done, get your free business credit consultation by going to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Now, was this information useful or did I just waste my time? Right? Let me know if you got a question or whatever. You can put your question in the chat and you can open up your mic. Let's do it.
No, I definitely thought it was useful and I appreciate it. There's been a few things like I've seen in terms of like I won't say Instagram, but some like I guess internet business folks talking about like using your EIN to like get 3 lines of credit and then going to a bank and asking for like a $50,000 loan and stuff like that. So just kind of vetting some of how would you vet some of the like things you hear, especially when it comes to online, when it comes to like EIN and then trying to get business funding through that vehicle.
Well, I've seen those things too, right? And some of them are just, game, right? So you got people out there shooting game, right? And some of them stuff might work or not. Um, but what I showed you is the real way to get access to money.
Yeah,
When you see these people saying, "Oh, I can get you this real quick," man, it's a red flag off the bat,
yeah,
right? So I'm not saying it ain't true, but I know the real way to do it, and that's what I was explaining. Trade line by trade line. That's how you build business credit.
got
When
you.
you get basically the deal is when you can show another company, a lender or somebody, that you have the capability of paying your bills on time,
Mhm.
and you do that by showing your business credit reports, right? They can look at your business credit reports for free. They don't have to ask you permission. When you fill out an application as a business, they will look at your business credit reports without your permission. And when they deny you, they don't have to tell you why they denied you. That's how you build your business credit, basically. And
Okay.
all those little stuff, man, that say I'm gonna get you this, that, and the other. Just set up your LLC and go to this bank or whatever. I'm not saying it don't exist, but I'm just saying most likely that's that shit is foul, right?
Yeah, no, I that's why I mean I haven't really run on any of that advice, but I just wanted to kind of get your take on it. So I appreciate it.
Right, right. I can't say about what they do, but I can say what I taught today about building these trade lines, trade line by trade line, is for real. It's the real deal. I did it myself. There's no fallacy. This shit is real. All right. Any more questions? Any questions about business credit? This is the time you can ask. And actually, on these live webinars is when I only ask these questions live. Like if you go to the YouTube and see the YouTube broadcast, you can't ask me a question there. Or you might be able to type it in, in the comments and do it. But this is the best way to get questions and get them answered straight off the dome for real. Anybody got more questions? Okay.
I I do have a follow up if you don't mind. It's about like if your business is still within the first 6 months to a year, and like I'm operating as a independent contractor in a way, like as a designer or UX designer, so building people's websites.
Right.
So in terms of like runway of revenue coming in, I don't have that much to show except for the clients that I have had. So my question is like in pursuing business credit, how long should I wait before I start like applying and stuff?
Um, okay. Miss Jones, I see you. Thank you very much. So what you should do is probably get in my one-on-one consultation, which is not that much, right? But in general, to answer your question, is you get an account, right? Make sure you set up your business credible. I think you missed that beginning piece, but that's on my YouTube. And this broadcast is going to be on my YouTube as well. But you set up your business right. Make sure your name is set up, telephone number, EIN, all that stuff, right? And then you just keep getting little accounts, those net 30 accounts, and keep building it, right? Now you got to think about for your business, well, what do I need to operate my business, right? So you might need some computers or some stuff, right? So now we got to figure out what accounts are going to get me a computer, right? Or the stuff that you need to operate. And if you don't have anything that you need to purchase right now, build your business credit so that when you want to expand, you can go get a loan or be accepted to something, right? And the way to get accepted to getting different opportunities is to have a business is to have business credit. So like maybe some of those situations that you've heard, maybe they work if you have business credit, because once you have business credit, they see that you've been paying stuff on time, right? So, I guess the basic quick answer is just do the process. Get these little accounts, right? Get these net 30 accounts, start building up your business credit. So then when you have something pinpointed that you want to purchase, that there are some options available to you. Because a lot of people they go get money, they try to get money right then. Oh, I need this money right now. But they don't prepare to go get this money.
Got you.
You see, you got to prepare to go get this money. You got to build up your business credit. You got to show a pattern of payments on time.
Okay.
I hope I answered that question. I know I
Yeah, no,
rambled,
no, that
so.
makes sense. That makes sense. I appreciate it.
All right. Any more questions before we get out of here? Anybody?
I have one.
All right. Who's that? What's your
This is
name?
Anna Smith, A. Smith.
All right.
When you were talking about virtual offices, suppose you started your business with the home address and you decide to switch over to the virtual address, virtual office, because you learned that that's a better way to go as opposed to the home based office. I'm not going to say who that was. And you get that address and everything. Is it hard to go and make the change on everything so that everything is then in sync?
No, it's not hard. No, it's not hard. And you're right. That's the first thing I'm going to say is that if you change that address, you got to change it every place. Every
Right.
place.
On
Right.
every paper that you have,
Right.
the
Right.
corporation, the licensing, everything has to change
That's right.
to
At the
to
bank
match that.
account.
Even the bank accounts that you may have
That's right.
for your business, everything has to
Everything.
change to that particular
That's
address.
right. Because
And
when
in
when
this
you fill out an
virtual
application,
account,
uh-huh,
excuse me, this virtual office, that's where you receive your mail and things, correct?
that's correct.
So then how do you get your mail?
Um, well, at the Da Vinci, you would pick a location that's near you,
Okay,
right?
so basically they provide you with locations that are close to where you're at so that you can go and get your mail.
That's right.
Okay.
Yeah.
And is this virtual office, is it a real building
Yeah.
or
They're in real buildings. They're most likely they'll be like in a high rise downtown or something, or or a corporate setting on the outskirts or whatever, right? Some places
okay.
you could get to at least once a month that you could get there and pick up your mail, right?
Okay.
Yeah. So like what happens when you fill out an application, you get and you put your address down there, what they are doing is looking up. They look well, one thing they're doing is looking at your Dun and Bradstreet report, which has your business address picture on there. So they're looking right at the building. Before they even approve you, they're looking at your business building. And these virtual offices are most likely in corporate settings, right? So they're just looking at the corporate building. Hey, I got my offices in there, right? That makes
Okay.
that makes sense.
That makes sense. That makes sense. I was just wondering because virtual could basically be anywhere. So it's basically virtual, but in your location virtual.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah. And they
And
give you unique
you would
addresses,
suggest that
but you don't
your
want an address.
recommendation is to go ahead and get that. Oh, excuse me. That makes sense. So your recommendation would be to go ahead and get that virtual office and
Mm-hmm.
change everything over to be the virtual office to be able to not have any issues with moving on to the next step to getting what you need to get start building the business credit, correct?
That's right. That's right. And then you had you had to go to Secretary of State in Georgia, it costs $20 to change the address. Unless it's at the renewal cycle, right? When every year you pay $50 renewal. But every state does it different. I don't know what state you're in, but in Georgia, they charge $20 unless it's at the renewal time. At the renewal time, then it's free to change your address.
Oh, okay.
And then you got to do the IRS. You got to go to the IRS when you got your EIN set up. Go to the bank, change your address. When you listed your telephone number with the National Phone Directory, your address is attached to that. So you have to
Of
change
course.
that, right? So every place where your address is, make
It
sure it
has to be
lines up.
changed.
Yep.
Now, this 411 listing, is there a way to verify whether or not your number is actually there?
Yeah, you go to, okay, to verify, you would let's say your number is 404 something, right?
Right.
You would you would take your phone and you would call 404-555-1212.
Okay. Now,
And that's how
404,
you would
what is that?
verify if it's listed.
Is that the actual area code that one is using?
That's right.
4411? Is that it?
Excuse me?
The 404, what is that? Is that an area code?
Yeah, that's in Atlanta.
Okay,
So
so is it the area code of the where you live, or is that the area
of
code
the
for
phone.
so the area code of the phone?
That's right.
Okay, so then you call that no, but I'm how do you find out if it's listed in 411 though?
That's how you do it. Like, what's your area code?
248.
All right. So you would pick up your phone, your business phone. You would
Uh-huh.
call 248-555-1212.
Okay.
And then you will find out whether or not your number is listed.
By asking for the number.
No, you would call that number and it'll tell you. There will be a recording on there that will tell you that this is such and such.
Oh, I see what you're saying. That's why you're using your phone
That's
because it's
right.
picking it up from your phone.
That's right.
Okay,
That's a cheat code right there.
I see. So you didn't say anything about Google numbers. Is it that's a no go too?
That is a no go. Because I started with using the Google thing, but sometimes Google does not list. So I don't tell people to do the Google thing, right? Because
Okay,
sometimes it won't list. But I did get a telephone number that did list, but it's not consistent. Sometimes it's gonna list, sometimes it don't. So I don't even bring it up.
yes,
I'll tell you what I know
I
for
got you.
real.
Just to jump in there real quick.
Yeah.
Excuse me. This is James. A Google listing keeps calling me. So what I need to do? Not accept their call.
Google listing, they trying to get you to buy something.
So I thought. I kind of thought that, but that's why.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thanks.
they're trying to get you up in the search results and all this stuff that you don't need. Yep,
Okay, thank you.
no problem. Any more questions? James, Francis, Miss Jones.
No, I'm good, bro. Thank you so much for this. This has been really informative, and I'll definitely reach out for that one on one.
All right, yeah. I got a product for you called the one-on-one. Yeah, one-on-one, and it's good for somebody at your stature.
I
With you,
appreciate it.
you'll sit down with me once a month, or many times as it take. But usually, my clients just we're sitting down and we're going through build up your business credit. And I'm telling you which vendors to go get. Then you'll contact me and say, hey, this one messed up or whatever. Then I'm going through every single situation with you. All right. For
Yeah.
1 year. All right.
Okay.
All right.
No, that makes sense. And I can do that through your website, right?
Yes, sir.
All right, cool.
Yeah, you
Appreciate it.
go to businesscreditbuilder.us/consult. Consult. And that's how you can schedule a meeting with me.
Got it. Appreciate it.
All right, man. What state are you in?
I'm in Georgia.
Oh, you in Georgia? Okay, bet.
Yeah.
Cool. West side. All right, y'all. Y'all have a good one. We're gonna be out of here.
All right. Take care.
All right.
Thanks.
Check
Have a
Okay,
good
out
one.
thank
my
you.
upcoming events coming. It's on my website and all that stuff. Check it out. Business Credit Builder. We out. Later.
All right.
Oh, damn, how I get out of here? Okay. Okay, here we go.